One of the first reasons we want to create a great passenger experience is because airports are often a person's first impression of a new city they're arriving to or a region that they're arriving to. So that experience of arrival must be special. They must really understand that they're in a special or a unique place. And in many cases, we like to design terminal buildings that speak to the region, perhaps through materiality, perhaps through space, perhaps through views, perhaps through simply the way that people are treated by operational staff in the airport environment. So we want them to feel welcome, we want them to feel comfortable, we want to make them feel like they want to come back.
We spend a lot of time thinking about how to imbue identity into terminals in everything that we do. People think of the big art pieces and the installations, but frankly, it comes down to what is the material that's on the wall. If I'm working in Western Canada, we're thinking about cedar and pine and fir. If we're in Eastern Canada, we're thinking about maple and the hardwoods that you find in that area. It comes down to what's indigenous, what's authentic to that area, and in every detail, that's a question. What's the identity? At YLW, we've created some rammed earth walls that pick up on the soil quality of that area. You get those beautiful dry terracotta colors and sandy colors. We actually picked up stones outside of the terminal and used those colors to create what was natural for the area. Not only is it a piece of the identity, but it's also a piece of the sustainable program because we're using this as a thermal mass wall. So we try to find the win-win in these kinds of solutions.
COT project, which we designed, was a particularly interesting project because we were challenged by the Edmonton Airport Authority to create a signature part of their terminal building that spoke to the region. And as you can see from the design of the building, the exterior of the building has a series of ripples or waves that form the facade of the building, and those are purely referential to the waving wheat fields of the prairies that you'd see as you land in Edmonton as the wind passes over them, and it translates further to the snow-swept prairies that you'd see, furrows or banks of snow swept across the prairies. And it has really been well received as an iconic reference or an iconic image of what the prairies are, and has become highly associated with travel to Edmonton.
As architects, what's really important to us is that we can bring another cultural component to our designs. It's not just about efficiently moving people through space or making money. All of that is really important, but really what gets me jazzed is that when we can add a piece of history or make a connection culturally or create some art that's meaningful, that's what makes it architecture. That's what takes it to the capital A architecture, when we can add that other layer that people discover when they move through these buildings.